And welcome to Cosmic Traveler, the one-stop shop for all of your astrology meets travel needs. My name is Shayna and today we're going to be talking about astrocartography and how I am using it to not only conduct my current travels, but also why I'm considering moving to Sevilla, Spain. So if you don't know, I am currently based in Barcelona, Spain. I am live, laugh, loving it here. While I will say it is a little colder right now than I expected. I do not like sweater weather. I am a delicate West Indian baby. So this kind of climate right now isn't giving for me, but it is also the end of November, so you can't win it all. But I moved here partially because I was in the seventh house year, lots of seventh house year. That was also where the ruler of my seventh house was in the ninth house, long distance travel. So I was already traveling everywhere. I had a free ticket to come here and move indefinitely. So I was like, all right, let's get her done. On top of that, this is where my Venus descendant line goes straight through. And I'm like, marriage line? Am I gonna find a man? So I was curious about all of that. So I moved here. I am live, laugh, loving it. The men here are not giving, if I'm being completely honest. But I have made really great friends, relationships, all of that, right? And while what I thought I would be getting out of my Venus descendant line isn't, I'm getting it, but just not in the way that I thought that I would. I made an entire other video about that. You could go check that out if you want to learn more about my experience of living on my Venus descendant line in Barcelona. But I am considering moving to Sevilla, Spain for an astrocartography reason that is completely outside of any kind of Venusian energy. What kind of energy am I considering? Mercury. Why would I consider somewhere that is so focused on communication and talking? Let's dive in, and I will show you a little bit of my astrocartography chart. So once again, in astrocartography, everybody's chart is different. It is based completely on your birth time and birth location. So while my chart looks like this, yours probably won't. So while my Mercury descendant line doesn't go directly through Sevilla, it's close enough to where I'm sure the impact of it will be felt pretty immediately. Now you might be asking, Shayna, why don't you consider Gibraltar? Look, it's about like the same difference, if not a little bit closer to, it's a small thing, but I've seen so much about those aggressive monkeys that are in Gibraltar that I'm like, I don't want to be fighting monkeys for ice cream. And those monkeys are not in Sevilla. So that's literally it. So now that we've moved past that, here is what the Mercury descendant line means. Here you can achieve clarity and understanding in all your partner relations. You are more open about your needs and expectations without being led astray by your emotions or unconscious drives. People listen to you and are cooperative and helpful with your current plans or projects. There is a good relationship with siblings and relatives. This line provides a good basis for contracts and legal processes, as well as assisting good, clear teamwork and joint efforts. Representatives, tradespeople, speakers, and journalists can make excellent contact with their clients and the general public. Your work benefits from a well-functioning communications network. I'm just gonna pause there real quick. First off, I, two thumbs, have ADHD. Clear communication, I crave it so much. Not just because I have ADHD, but there's a chance I have a touch of the tism. So this kind of energy, being surrounded by it, sounds so peaceful, full of understanding, clear cut. It sounds like something I'm craving. Part number 2, the idea of having a place where legal processes flows more smoothly sounds like a dream because I am I am going to be applying for either the digital nomad visa or another visa, so that way I can move to Spain long term. Do I know if this is my forever spot? I don't know, but I know that legal processes freak me out. So if there's a space where there's a higher likelihood of these kinds of processes running more smoothly and less stressfully, why not, my guy? And 3, I'm literally a journalist. I'm literally a journalist, and it's been so difficult for me to do my job here in Barcelona because it has been so hard for me to get in contact with the people that I need to feature to my editors who are paying me to feature them for reasons that I will not get into right now. But it is not just one, not just two, it has been so hard to get in contact with anybody that I need to get my job done. I'm literally trying to publicize you to millions of people for free. Why aren't you at least responding to my 7th email? It is just, so the idea of this right here, that make excellent contact with their clients and the general public, your work benefits from a well-functioning communications network. I'm wet already. So here's the last bit. The mercurial influence of these places encourages greater objectivity and increased perception. When used properly, these qualities make everything you do more effective and form a solid base for your many connections. This is particularly advantageous for transactions that require a cool, calculating, and unsentimental attitude. Now, let me show you my birth chart so that way this has a couple more layers to it as to why this mix could work so well for me. And also, if you want me to look at your astrocartography chart and compare it to your birth chart so that way you can also more intentionally travel, link below, reach out, let's get something scheduled. But anyway, here's my birth chart. So this kind of energy seems mostly good for me when it comes to my career and business transactions. But when it comes to personal things, I think I could use somewhere that has a little bit more of that emotional foundation, or that touches the heart more than the head a little bit more. Let me explain. So first, Mercury is in my 10th house. Mercury is in my 10th house. So the 10th house is the house of career and public image. So to be in a space that has more mercurial influence to it, especially as somebody who is a journalist. So I make my money through how I communicate with people. I have other planets and I have other spaces, things, I can't figure out words right now, but clearly I have other things that are in the 10th house, but we're just focusing on Mercury right now. So when it comes to my career, moving to a place that has that kind of objectivity could be wonderful for my career. Also, speaking of mercurial influences, I mean, maybe this would be a great spot for Shayna to do some like light, fun, non-committal dating, because my 5th house is Gemini. Gemini is also ruled by Mercury. So that could be fun, could be a little zesty. And the other planet that is also ruled by Mercury is Virgo. I have a whole video about what my experiences have been dating Virgo men. I personally, if you are an Aquarius rising, 10 out of 10 recommend. But that is besides the point. Here's why I'm like, maybe, I don't know. My moon and my Mars are more emotionally based. They're more emotionally based. And Leo and Cancer they're not opposite, like that energy isn't opposite to mercurial energy, but I don't think that it thrives in that kind of space. They're much more heart focused as opposed to the very airy and logistical, more that is Mercury. So I'm like, I don't know. But anyway, these are my thoughts. So I will be experiencing this in real time. I'm going to Sevilla in like a few weeks anyway. So I'll be catching you guys up on that. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, type down below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Is there anything else? I don't think so. All right, bye.